Let's look at Luke chapter 2. I want to start at verse 25. This is when Joseph and Mary brought Jesus to the temple to do the required sacrifice for a new son or daughter. They came and sacrificed either a couple of turtle doves or 2 young pigeons. Starting at verse 25, Luke 2:25, and behold, there was a man in Jerusalem whose name was Simeon, and this man was just and devout, waiting for the consolation of Israel, and the Holy Spirit was upon him. And in my Bible, consolation is capitalized, referring to the Messiah. Verse 26, and it had been revealed to him by the Holy Spirit that he would not see death before he had seen the Lord's Christ. So he came by the Spirit into the temple, and when the parents brought in the child Jesus to do for him according to the custom of the law, he took him up in his arms and blessed God and said, Lord, now you are letting your servant depart in peace, according to your word. For my eyes have seen your salvation, which you have prepared before the faces of all peoples, a light to bring revelation to the Gentiles and the glory of your people Israel. And Joseph and his mother marveled at those things which were spoken of him. Then Simeon blessed them and said to Mary his mother, behold, the child is destined for the fall and rising of many in Israel, and for a sign which will be spoken against. Yes, a sword will pierce through your own soul also, that the thoughts of many hearts may be revealed. Simeon prophesied to Mary that she was going to suffer a heartache because of this child, what would happen to him. Verse 36, now there was one Anna, a prophetess, a daughter of Phanuel of the tribe of Asher. She was of a great age and had lived with a husband 7 years from her virginity, and this woman was a widow of about 84 years, who did not depart from the temple, but served God with fastings and prayer night and day. And coming in that instant, she gave thanks to the Lord and spoke of him to all who looked for redemption in Israel. So when they had performed all things according to the law of the Lord, they returned to Galilee, to their own city, Nazareth. And the child grew and became strong in spirit, filled with wisdom, and the grace of God was upon him. Just a couple things. Who are these 2 people and why are they special? Why did God hold them as special? Well, we don't know. We really don't know. We don't know any of their background other than what's right here. So the one thing I want to talk about just quickly is why them? Why them? Why did God choose them to say, okay, you two, I'm going to show you, you have believed that the Messiah is coming. You're going to get to see him before you die. And it says there that Simeon was led by the Spirit, God's Holy Spirit. It's been working in people's lives for thousands of years. The Holy Spirit came in a new way at Pentecost, but the Holy Spirit of God has been in existence forever, just as the Father and the Son have been. And so Simeon was led by the Spirit. The next thing we know about these 2 is they listened. They believed. They went to the temple expecting to see what God had promised them. The question for us is, how many times have you recognized God at work in your life? And the flip side of that question is, how many times have you not noticed God working in your life? The shepherds went seeking for Jesus. The wise men went seeking for Jesus. Are you and I seeking for Jesus? In closing, I want to read Galatians 4 through 7. I told you I wasn't going to go very long today. That's my Christmas present to you. Galatians 4 through 7. But when the fullness of time had come, God sent forth his Son, born of a woman, born under the law, to redeem those who were under the law, that we might receive the adoption as sons. And because you are sons and daughters, God has sent forth the Spirit of his Son into your hearts, crying out, Abba, Father. Therefore you are no longer a slave, but a son or daughter. And if you're a son or daughter, then you're an heir of God through Christ. God's Christmas present to us, you're an heir. You're an heir to God, just as Jesus Christ is. God bless you. We hope you have a Merry Christmas.